G'day folks, Amos Sewn here. How you going? Another day in paradise here in near Newcastle, Australia. It's what's the date today? 3rd of the 2nd. Not many of you would have seen, I did a show last week. I think I mentioned a couple of stories that somebody what do they call them? Algorithms. I didn't like it. So it promptly got taken straight off here. So I'm going to try and not do that today. I've got a few stories lined up and they're skirting around the usual subject sort of thing, but who knows? Might get cut off, might not, but we'll just see how we go, shall we? So I've got a new screen happening here sort of thing, so hopefully you might be able to see some of what I'm doing. See how it works, eh? Okay. First story. Let's go to the Sydney Morning Herald. Biden's deploying troops in Europe, not Ukraine. They're not going to be in the Ukraine. No, definitely not. They're just going to Germany and 1,000 troops to Germany and 2,000 to Poland. So, but nothing to worry about here. There's just there's just toing and throwing, and I don't know about you, but I'm fucking shit scared. It's not looking good. But that's the nature of our world at the moment. We think things are. You reckon things are bad now? Things could get worse. But then again, things may get better. Maybe not too. So anyway, let's move on to a story I found in Reuters. It's a funny name for a news site, but you've all heard of it. Apparently in Britain, go away you. This is an older story. It's October last year, I think, February. No, I read somewhere it was October, but that might be a different story. No, this is a new one. Yes, I'll read a bit out, shall I? I don't know if it looks from here. It looks like it's backwards, but I'm a bit backwards sometimes. Anyway, London, February 2, Reuters. The world's first human challenge trial in which volunteers were deliberately exposed to, you know what, to advance research in the disease was found to be safe in healthy young adults, leaders of the study said on Wednesday. In other words, young blokes or young people have been given this thing, not the V thing, the thing it's supposed to be for. Apparently it's not hurting them. They're not getting no symptoms. They're going to monitor them for another 12 months or so, but it doesn't hurt them. Well, what's that about, I wonder? So maybe these injections, if you like. Oh, Tammy, maybe they're not all they're cracked up to be. I'll get back to that a bit later. I've got a little bit of a video to show you. On my friend Vinny Eastwood, he did a show today. And there's a little slide in that I hopefully I've got to here sort of thing, and it's showing what's supposedly in these things, shall we say. It's pretty scary. Not surprising, but it's scary. Anyway, we'll get back to that shortly. Let's go to some local news here in good old Aussie. Scott Morrison, top bloke, isn't he? Excuse me, nearly choked. Hasn't quite apologised for pandemic failures, but has copped to making 3 COVID mistakes. Sure, good on you. Anyway, apparently he had a torrid time at the press club the other day, where some emails were leaked by someone or other. Funny how things get leaked. What's that about? Yes. Apparently someone who's well known in New South Wales accused him of being, where is it? Basically a psycho. Politicians aren't like that, are they? Well, maybe they are. And he's just, it just doesn't seem to be, his handlers aren't handling him properly, I think. So he's down in the polls at the moment. The other mob, they're getting better in the polls, but really, yeah, it's been between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, time for something different. We need new governance. I mentioned in the last report, but no one saw it because it was cancelled. A couple of people saw it, so, but no, didn't happen. This one, well, hopefully it'll keep on going. I try and not mention the wrong things. I think I mentioned something about kids. Not allowed to do that. So I didn't. I won't. Anyway, poor old Scott. Yes. I read this little bit. It's a bit funny. Prime Minister, like many of his predecessors, struggles with admitting mistakes and saying sorry. Whether it was a Hawaiian holiday, his initial reaction to Bitney Hearing's rape allegations, or pandemic fails. Morrison's apologies rarely are swift acknowledgement of personal failure. Of course, admit failure and, yeah, well, might mean you're human. Yes. We're all terribly sorry for what this pandemic has done to the world and this country. It was as far as you would go at the press club. Prime Minister did, however, concede 3 areas which we haven't got everything right. Aged care was one of them. And several other things, but yeah, I'm bored with this report already. Goodbye, Scott. All right. Oh, look out, guys. The fear porn's back. There's a new variant. It's just like the old one, just more severe. Oh, that's not really good, is it? Better rush out and get the thing. It's more fear porn. Al Jazeera this time was a news source, so they're a pretty reputable mob, I think. I don't know. Let's see. A highly contagious Omicron coronavirus strain has now been detected in 57 countries. World Health English language, I'm having a trouble with it. World Health Organization says, yes, and there, whatever they say is right, isn't it? Maybe not. Anyway, yeah, pretty bored with that one now too. Okay, what's this one? Oh yes, it's still talking about the same sort of stuff. Go away, you. Don't listen to you. Got other people listening. Well, one eye. Got one person listening. Hey, Tammy. Hope you're going well. Crikey. Here's a... Who thinks the PM's unstable? A crikey form guide. Rich Liberal MP called Scott Morrison a psycho in a text to Gladys Berejiklian. I think they're having a bit of a bitch at each other, aren't they? Yeah. Aged care worsens. Oh yeah, apparently Meta, Facebook, whatever they call them, they're losing money. People are leaving Facebook in droves, or Meta, whatever you want to call it. I probably will soon too. At the moment, it's sort of working. I haven't done anything on Facebook to be barred yet, but no, one can only hope. Well, that's happening in New South Wales, though, who cares? Anyway, got this other story here about. Oh yes, the virus. This is the report at Reuters. They're a reputable mob, I think. Moderna, in Stockholm, Moderna's vaccine for the younger age groups is being paused because certain people, young'uns, after their second dose, are getting cardiovascular disease, myocarditis, pericarditis among young adults. That doesn't seem quite right, does it? Having coffee and trying to wake up a bit. Good on you. Yeah. I'm having a glass of water. Cheers. All right. Maybe it was last week. I had a beer on the show. Ooh, it's Wouldn't be that, would it? Mind you, I tried to find out why they banned me, and they just breached community guidelines. Tried to find out what the community guidelines are, and that was a nightmare. So yes, they paused this vaccine, and Moderna's shares fell nearly 5%. Actually, I think this is a story from 4 months ago, so it's old news. But I haven't heard about it. Isn't it funny how so many stories in the media, well, in over other countries, you don't really hear about them. You've got to go searching for things yourself. Because Australian media, it seems to be a bit one-eyed. Yeah, wonder whose eye it is. Not ours, not the people's. Okay. Yes, we did that. Well, just about it's all same doom and gloom. There's got to be some good news stories out there. Aha, Jamie's saying hello again. So, what's been happening in your world? Anything good happening? It's pretty good here. You're in good old New South Wales. You're, oh, look, Sis is here. Hey, Sis. It's my little sister. She's a little girl from down south, Mexican. Okay, well, oh yes, I might show you this little thing if it works. It comes up for me. Yeah, it's Vinnie Eastwood earlier today. If it plays, I'm not working real well with this thing at the moment. It's reset itself. Oh, here it is.
Here it is. Here now. Here's the nanotech in the shots. Can you see that?
Yeah, we're live and broadcasting.
Look at that.
Right.
Look at that. Now, if I didn't know better, I've had electrical engineers look at this, and they said that is a micro.
What is that?
Yeah? But
this is supposedly in the vaccine.
4,000 times image in dark field. This is more minuscule than minute. This is incredibly.
I haven't asked Vinny's permission. Hope he forgives me.
This large scaffolding.
This might get me barred too. He's been barred.
YouTube
don't like him. I don't know why.
We just don't know.
He's telling the story.
Look at this. Okay, these square rectangular shapes are highly regular. They're synthetic. They never appear in nature. This is nothing natural at all. It's completely synthetic and man-made, probably alien-made. So this shows you it. They look like little.
Get it into you, guys.
The problem is that these things, and there's a lot of text here. There's also images of some of the unusual things we're seeing in the blood, which don't normally appear. They could even be uric acid crystals, but they're crystalline in nature, and these things glowing appear to be metallic. Okay, so I've been theorizing one way we could get this crap out of bodies. For those of you that have unfortunately been vaxxed before you heard the truth, is you can put a magnet over the site of the injection, stick it on with Band-Aid, and the nanoparticles will be magnetically attracted to it, and then you can get someone who's very proficient with needles to aseptically.
Oh, I don't like needles.
Swab and insert the needle close to there and pull the blood out to get rid of some of these nanoparticles. It's not an exact science. I don't know anyone who's done it yet. In theory, this should work to help reduce the population of these buggers in your blood, but they are self-replicating. As soon as this specimen was heated to blood temperature, things started to happen. Okay, so, and Wi-Fi, it responds to Wi-Fi. I wonder why. So you can ask all sorts of questions. Look at this. This is highly irregular. You just don't see this.
Well, you see this in sci-fi, and you know, people look at this and they're shocked, and I'm just like, yeah. And what else did you expect? You know, because have a look at this. The whole end goal is to live forever, ostensibly, and the only way they plan to do that.
I better cancel that one for a while now, because you saw the point, and well, what's the chance that they might well, knock me off for that? There you go, Tammy. Haven't eaten in a couple of days. Gotta eat. You don't eat, you don't shit. You don't shit, well, you die. All right. Oh yeah. Fortress New Zealand delays fully reopening till October. Never been to New Zealand, but it's a lovely country apparently, or used to be. Their government appears to be a little bit more tyrannical than ours. It's and yeah, they're just, what are they doing? New Zealand on Thursday announced a phased reopening of its borders that has been largely closed for 2 years due to the thing. But travel bodies said self-isolating rules need to be removed to retrieve the struggling tourism sector. It's not just tourism, everyone's struggling. Anyone can travel to from as long as you've had your, get your little in you, and you'll be right. Just keep away from 5G towers, apparently. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. To me, I don't know. That's my main thing in life. I don't know. I like to investigate and look at things. I look at both sides of the story. The mainstream side of the story, it just doesn't ring true mostly. But I may be wrong. I was wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Well, what if I'm right? What if there's a cabal that are in charge of our governments? Because our governments, I don't think, are really in control. They're from what you can see, a lot of them are controlled or sponsored is the word. Sponsored, yes, by major corporations. I've seen a little clip somewhere on the internet about over in the States of all the news programs. And at the start of every news program is sponsored by, and you pick your drug company sort of thing, and sponsored by just about every one of them. It was just a collage I saw of lots of different collages. So, but it's not just a drug company, like sort of most of our politicians, I have no proof of this, I'm pretty sure are on the take. How is it that so many politicians are millionaires? Politicians get paid pretty well, but the amount of money and wealth they're accumulating through their political career, well, seems a little bit suspect, don't you think? Could be maybe they just won lotto or something. What are we saying here? Brad, I got you live, yeah. Good on you, sis. It's well, who knows how long it'll go. I'll just carry on talking bullshit. Maybe not bullshit, but something that I've decided to have this show. Like I'm wobbling off a bit. Waffling. Is that a good word? Yeah. Wobbling is that a word? Anyway, I'm a bit, because I really no idea what I'm doing. I'm just making up as I go along. But there might be some news in here that sparks interest in other people. Good chance people will just have a good laugh at. Oh well, I'm not worried. You can say whatever you want. Please do. I really looking forward to good comments and bad comments. I want to hear what you've got to say, because if you've got something to say, I may improve the show. I was talking to a friend the other day about my first show, and he was saying I'm stuttering too much. I'm looking off into the distance. So I'm sort of doing this, doing that, which is feasible. Quite probably. I am just not really looking at the camera because I'm just making up as I go along. And, well, I do talk a bit. Well, as I've said before, I haven't got a real good handle of the English language. That's my own language. So I might try and learn more about it, try and improve my speech. So I plan to be doing this every week. And shortly, I tried to do it today, it didn't work out because I don't know what I'm doing. It'll also be simulcast put on Twitch. I have a Twitch channel. And there's Odyssey. I'll provide all the details when I've got it all up and running. But in case YouTube decides to send me on my merry way, I'll I'll be around on Twitch. And I must got to say while I'm here, Twitch is quite a good site. It's all blogs and videos from all around the world. I'll show you a little bit. There's a mouse. My friend DK Spiracy, he's on at the moment. At the moment, he's talking about, that's right, the truckies situation over in Canada. There's some news. I don't hear a lot about it on our news, but apparently it's massive. There's, let's go to the big screen so you can see that. Okay. Well, flashing lights and all these different screens. There's a few trucks here and there. Can't really see what's happening. But go and have a look at yourself, guys. Have a look at Twitch. There's a lot of content there for you to browse over. Another one I like is what's it called? One Great Network. It's Mark Passio invented thing. I don't know if you know who Mark Passio is. Look him up. What's going on here?
And technology.
Yeah, it's even coming at us by way of our computers.
In every way that they can muster.
That's Mark Passio's
The first thing
here.
people have to understand is there's a deep and inseparable connection between the spirit, the mind, and of course, the body.
Because a lot of these people aren't allowed on YouTube anymore, I think. I don't know. Some are, some aren't. But what's happening here at DK's channel? If you can see me, DK, go, mate. I might just chat. I'll just send a message. Hey, DK. Watching you. That work? Yep. Okay, that's that bit. Anyway, where are we? There's truckie. What do you call them? Blockades or whatever they're going. Apparently, they had a similar thing down in Canberra the other day. Didn't see much in the media about it, but then again, I don't really watch a lot of media. I like watch a few minutes of the ABC when I go home from work, and occasionally I flip through the other channels, but it's hard to watch, Maybe there's something wrong with me. I should be able to listen to the mainstream media and not throw up. No, I don't throw up. I'm good, but yeah, there's something not right in the world. Anyway, might all right. I did it. Oh yes, my sister, she had to have the injection because she's a carer type person, and she's pretty good at it, I reckon. And yeah, she had to, and so many people have had to have it to be vaccinated to continue their job, and it's not looking like it's a good idea. Some people, a lot of people don't seem to be having the effects of it. Some are. Hopefully, luckily, no one I know has been hurt too bad by it, sort of thing. But there is I don't know if it's just me, but quite often with a lot of people, there's a subtle attitude change with a lot of people. For those that have had it done, a lot of them look at you funny when you say that you're not done. What's that about? And people feel scared, and they shouldn't. If they had they should be safe. They'll be right. Yeah, don't worry about me. If I get it, I've been told by many people, oh, don't worry, you'll get the thing, not the thing, but the thing the thing's for, and you're going to die. What they don't realise is, yes, I know I'm going to die. We all of us, everyone dies. Yeah, might be sooner, might be later. Mate, I could die right now and I'd be pretty happy with my life. I've done some good stuff, not too much bad stuff. Haven't been in jail much. No. Spent a night in the cells. Well, not even a night. Yeah, half a night in the cells once. that's another story. Anyway, back to the real world. Right, what are we going to have a look at now? There should be something. Yeah, that's why I don't really get into watching the news too much. Well, it's just the linguist praises the PM's press club talk, and spells actually what he's saying. Sounds suspicious, doesn't it? Do you want to see this? Why not? Got time to kill. I've only been here 25 minutes. I'd like to at least watch half an hour. That's my goal. Eventually, I'd like to do an hour show, maybe more. An hour sounds like more than enough. Yeah, I don't imagine you want me waffling on. Oh look, hi Marie. That's my sister's partner. Lovely lady. Anyway. Yeah. So sad. Why can't we talk it over? Yeah. No. Media reports on the Prime Minister's appearance at the National Press Club on Tuesday made much of his admitting to mistakes in the pandemic. One senior journalist described Scott Morrison's performance as confronting. Sorry, here we go again. Confronting of the frustrations over the anger in the community. Others called it deliberate act of contrition. No, they don't know what contrition is. I think they just try and get away with what they can. Well, look, they're trying to sell me newspapers. I don't really like the idea of subscribing to newspapers. So, well, I suppose you used to buy newspapers. I used to buy newspapers and then came online and I'd rather spend my money on important things in life, like rent, food, beer. Beer's not that important, or is it? Well, I don't mind the old beer or 6 or 12. I only had 4 today. No, 2. But I've been up since 10 o'clock last night, so give me a break. I sort of work. The job I do, I get every day off. I work nights. Yes, well, someone's got to do it. Oh, yes, I came up with a thing the other day. It's probably. I found this. I was in a shop and there was this thing. It's a train whistle. Is it a light at the end of the tunnel, or is it a train coming up opposite direction? Are you going to be on the train, under the train, or clinging on the walls? That's a little saying I'm working on. There's a train coming. You're going to be on it, under it, or clinging to the walls. Because we all say there's light at the end of the tunnel sometimes, but is it a train coming the other direction? Or it might be just the end of the tunnel. Anyway, it's a little prop that I've arranged, and I'll get more props, and eventually I'll work out how to have interviews with people, and let's see what's happening with DK's world at the moment. He hasn't responded. I think he's got a guest or something at the moment. Good luck to him. If you get onto Twitch, have a look at his site. He's basically running 24/7. He streams things that no one else really streams. And like this, for example, the truckie blockade in Canada. That's mind-blowing, mate. But there's a lot of trucks. Can't see many trucks there at the moment, really, but apparently there's a lot happening over there. What else are we going to do? Yeah, right. Go away, you. Here we go, the Reuters. What a name for a website, eh? Let's see what else they've got to say. Biden orders nearly 3,000 troops to Eastern Europe. But don't worry, not going to Ukraine. And yeah, well, that's no worry. Oh, Meta shares sink 20%. Oh, poor Mark. What's he going to do? Might sell one of his planes or something. Maybe they should all be locked up. That'd be. Oh yes, German Vaccine Commission recommends a 4th shot. Are they a liquid type or are they lead type? No, US Army begins discharging soldiers who refuse the vaccine. Good on you, mate. All those guys that just, well, I'll let my employer know that, well, I'm not really interested in having the thing. And he said he'll support me as long as he can until the government forces him to force me, sort of thing. And then we'll see what happens then. Hopefully it'll never happen. Hopefully this COVID thing, there's 2 weeks to flatten the curve, they said. 2 weeks, then it'll all be over. 2 years ago now. A bit more, a bit less, thereabouts. Who knows? Oh, look, past the half-hour mark. Well, we're going well. Just waffling on, of course. All right, let's see if there's any other news stories worth looking at. Ooh. Anti-vaccine mandate protesters say they will block Ottawa for as long as necessary. Ooh, there's some trucks. Let's see some of those pictures. Oh, look, he's just a policeman talking to a truck driver. I don't know what they're saying. Yeah. How do I get to Ottawa, officer? I'm sure he knows. Media is the virus. Well, I sort of tend to believe that because, well, actually, I'm part of this idea of the show. Is I'm sort of becoming part of the media, I guess, by having a chat. If you look at my site, I went to a Newcastle protest, took a few videos, very interesting conversations, and about that, it was hosted by a bloke from a political party. And I've got to say, I'm in no political parties myself. I don't feel journalists should be aligned to political parties. Seems to be a appropriate idea. I did actually join this one party for a while, then I realised maybe I shouldn't. So I sent them an email and resigned, and they sent me an email back saying, "Good on you." So, but that I'm not going to mention the party, but they're just a party. Apparently, they've got a lot more members than a lot of the other parties. I don't know, but the elections coming up soon. Wonder what's going to happen there. I like to think it'd be free, fair elections, and the right people will get in, and everything will be hunky-dory. Once again, well, since it was apparently things were good back in the 50s or something. I was alive then, so nearly. But, the golden age of a few years after the war till the hippies came along. No. I was alive from the early 60s to now, and I had a pretty good upbringing. I had a good life. And I was down in Mexico. Anyway, getting off the subject for a bit, aren't we? But that's what you do. That's what I do. That's what I'll do a lot. If you like it, good. If you don't, well, I guess you won't be watching. Okay, let's see. What are we saying here? Ottawa, February 2. Truck drivers who have been blocking downtown Ottawa for 6 days on Wednesday said they had no intention of leaving the Canadian capital until the government scrapped COVID-19 mandates. Good luck, guys, because they're not ones in control, I don't think. Register for free. Yeah. Okay, they want money off them too. Everyone wants your money. Yeah. See, let's try a different site, shall we? No, I've never been to today. Oh, here's. Yeah. News.com. That sounds. Oh, yeah. Captain Cook's ship's been found, apparently. Where was it found at? Well, he got to Hawaii, didn't he? And the natives gave him a nice welcome. So where were you? Yes. The ship used by Captain Cook in his maiden voyage to Australia in 1770 has been located after 22 years search. Controversy has erupted between two groups involved in the 22-year search for Captain Cook's ship after maritime archaeologists claimed they found remains of the HMS Endeavour. What was that? Someone was trying. Oh, this. Oh, he's making a bit of noise. Goodbye. Oh, Captain Cook's coming back to life. Maybe not. Found off the coast of Newport Harbour in Rhode Island, USA, a spot known as, it's a really interesting name, RI-2394. The remains match the potential dimensions, structure and shape of construction of the ship. While more testing is needed, the director and CEO of Australian National Maritime Museum, Kev, says he is satisfied with the archival and archaeological evidence so far. Isn't that great? He's found a ship that's been bottom of the ocean for a while. Probably a nice little homestead for quite a few fish and corals, and so just leave it where it is. Okay. Go away, you. Let's go back home and see what more about this news.com site's got to say. Surprise move, development Tim Payne sexting cams. Oh, I don't. Nothing against Tim, any cricketers or anything like that, but this happened apparently years ago, and he was, came to the pinnacle of his career. He was the captain of the Australian team, doing pretty well, apparently. I don't know. I don't really follow much cricket. And then someone obviously had it in for him, and this, because apparently it had already been resolved and everything, but no, media got hold of it, ground him into paste. Why do they do that? Just sell newspapers? That's probably part of it. Anyway. Super sums up Nadal's life of luxury. Well, I think he's earned his money, ain't he? Yeah. He doesn't want to disclose his status with Bizzos. So, but yeah, well, can't come to Australia unless you double or triple shortly. Then 4, 5. Every 6 months, then every 3 months, and yeah, well, have you had you this week? And all right, I'll just turn on the 5G and we'll all just turn into robots. Maybe not. I have a hard time believing that, but I don't know. But I like the idea of getting the news out there, showing people, because no doubt there's some people who are watching this that don't look at alternative media, and I recommend you do, because you've got to get a balanced view of the world. Like, I'm not saying that alternative media is right. I'm not saying the mainstream media is wrong. But there's why is all the people in the alternative media been censored and put offline because of spreading dangerous misinformation? Is it misinformation, or is it just not in the narrative of the people who are in charge? I'm not talking about government either. Anyway, stuff in papers like someone's talking about my 9-year-old discovered husband's secret affair. Who cares? Oh, reality TV star. Ooh, oh, this is reality TV of sorts. Yes, well. Oh, masks. There's a guy picture people wearing masks. I'll talk about that. I'll probably get banned too. Who knows? Surprised I'm still on. Beer's important. Don't say that. I'm getting thirsty. I'll struggle on for a few more minutes. I'll try to get 3/4 of an hour happening, and then I'll think about signing off and getting a beer. But, I hope all the people in my area I've told about watch this show and tell me their comments. I'm sure at least one bloke will tell me how my diction's going. I think I'm reading a bit better than I did last time. Then again, you wouldn't know last time because I don't think anyone saw it. How many people we've got here at the moment? Let's just have a look to see how many participants we've got. 2. That's what it says. Yeah. Oh, well, but I can see 3 on the screen. So maybe something's not right there. I know Tammy Love. Yeah, she's excuse me. Not used to just talking all the time. Ooh. Kyle reveals truth about huge on-air fight. Ooh. What's that about? Do we really want to know? Who's Kyle? Apparently he's a disc jockey somewhere. Embarrassed Kyle Sandilands explains on-air fight with Jackie O. Furious Kyle storms out of the... they don't want you to play. You can go away. Kyle Sandy, we'll call him, has returned to the Kyle and Jackie O show this morning after his embarrassing on-air meltdown yesterday, apologising to his co-host for calling her an idiot and admitting it was a bit of a carry-on. Well, that's what the media's all about, isn't it? I'm sure the ratings were good on that day. And, well, now they get more airplay. I'm reading it out. Not that that's really a big thing. What does it say? Hello, Kylie. Co-host Jackie O greeted him carefully. At the start of Tuesday's show. Good to have you back. How are you feeling today? Feeling pretty good, yeah. Well, I bet you different things were said before they went on here. Anyway, forward to that one. Who cares about? What about some? Right. What about Ash Barty? What a legend! Right. Whenever you need it, if Australia needs any heroes at the moment, they definitely need one, and she's glorious. I think. I don't know her personally, and I'm sure none of you do too, but she's seems to be humble. Seems to be a good tennis player. I don't know. I don't really get tennis. I've never been really much of a sportsman anyway. Except now I play lawn bowls. Right? You can have a beer and still call yourself a sportsman. Do I have a problem? Probably. Doesn't matter. I'm sure you've all got problems too. But I'm living with mine. So is my liver. The liver is evil. It must be punished. Don't take that statement for truth. It's because the liver is, well, we need our livers. Because, well, I've known people to die of liver disease. And because they don't stop drinking. And, yeah, well, my doctors actually told me that I should time to settle down. And, well, I actually do drink a bit less than I used to. I used to drink shitloads. Now I just drink loads. Oh, well, anyway. Enough about me. What about the rest of the world? Oh, look, there's ScoMo and the West Australia bloke. Yeah. What happened the other day? Sounds similar to what happens in New Zealand. One person got the variant or whatever, and bang, locked the state down. New Zealand locked the country down. Yeah, I was talking to a bloke from New Zealand. I think it was DK, and he said, "Mate, lockdown straight away." And I thought, "Geez, what the hell happened?" Yeah, because the government just appears to be making up the rules as they go along. Because if you look into, I've done a bit of study about the Constitution, and we do have one in Australia, and certain laws, and I've studied that a lot of these laws that they've brought them in under so-called emergency powers, they are not legal. They cannot, well, for one, they cannot force you to undertake a medical procedure. Excuse me again, folks. Something wrong with the water. Yeah, should have a beer, shouldn't I? Maybe not just yet. Yeah, where was I? Yes, medical procedures and face coverings. Not really sure that's a good idea. Many of us have to wear masks for our jobs and things like that. I feel real sorry for a lot of girls and boys that work in retail places. They wear them all day, and the ones around here, they're doing the job, and I applaud them for doing that. But it's still, you are being manipulated. It's not good for you. It's bad for your health. That's what studied and researched, and it appears to be true. I'm getting banned shortly. All right, you can read the comment yourself. But yeah, we've got to find a better way. Actually, that's what I can talk about now. Hopefully, I won't get banned about that. But yeah, our system of government seems to be a little bit, well, it might be not, maybe not the system, maybe the people that's running the system, but the idea of, let's just get rid of this anyway. Goodbye, TV screen. Ah, that's a better picture, isn't it? Well, anyway. Not really sure if our system is working the way it should be. I'm sure it's not working the way it was supposed to. Because our politicians just don't seem to be hearing us, and they all seem to be, like, just the idea of the party preferred system. People who, I'm sure a lot of people enter Parliament thinking they're going to do good for the country or their constituents, because a lot of them get, well, they want to make a better world, which is admirable. Anyone who enters politics to make a better world, good on you. But unfortunately, a lot of the time they get into Parliament and they get coerced into being a party or this bench or that bench, and then they, a lot of them have to join a party before they get into Parliament, and then you just got to do what the leader says. Now, how many times have you heard politicians have been booted out because they went against their leaders' say-so? Like, there was something the other day in the federal Parliament. Some bloke, can't remember his name at the moment. Yeah, he was just having a bit of a word about the Australian High Court, saying that this decision or something about pledging allegiance to the Queen or something back in 2004. And this video that I saw was from 2014, so 10 years later. And he just apparently put out investigated this and found that they'd done something wrong. And over the next 10 years, a lot of their cases were doing the wrong thing. So therefore, all those cases technically are invalid. And he took this minister, or senator, I think, took the what do you call him, the Attorney General, and there was a couple of conversations in Parliament, and the Attorney General just kept on fobbing off and saying, it's not an issue. It's not because it appears to be a constitutional issue, for what I could tell. And the Attorney General just kept on fobbing off, and all of a sudden, that senator was booted out of Parliament for some reason. They found some reason to get rid of him somehow. Isn't it strange? How does that happen? You know, that's the thing. The party preferred system is the essence of corruption, I feel. And a lot of you may agree with it. It's the essence of corruption. We need a new system, maybe. I mentioned on the last report, but none of you saw it. There is, and I won't talk about them long, there's a group called the QMS, Quantum Management System. They have a system that's, you've got to be an Australian-born person to participate, apparently, but that's only the way it is at the moment. The idea is all legislation that goes through the Parliament has to be voted on by the people. Isn't that novel? So, basic idea, I think, it was like everyone gets an app on their phone, because we've all got phones, haven't we? Well, anyway, there'd be other ways to do it too, I'm sure. And yeah, you'd have you'd get alerts or something, and you study legislation if you want to. It's all voluntary, and vote on it. I don't know, but it seems sort of better than what we got at the moment. Like, we vote some bloke in for our local area, and he does whatever his party tells him to do. We've got a couple of independents here and there. And yeah, well, that appears to be a great idea. Like, more independence, the better. So, well, upcoming elections, I'm not going to advise you what to do, because no one should be advising other people how to vote. I am considering voting for an independent, or maybe won't vote at all. Depends if there's anyone worth voting for. And that's what I think. Like, I sort of agree with compulsory voting in one way, and sort of don't. I'm not really sure. It's something to be thought about, and that's part of this QMS thing. It's for it to happen. You got to. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Our country needs to be better than what it is, and we can be. We are a beautiful country. We're a successful multicultural country, I feel. Of course, there's issues here and there in certain areas and stuff like that, but you get that all over the world. But it's a great country, beautiful people, beautiful, just beautiful. Look, there's good, bad, and ugly, but that's not a bad thing, for me. Anyway, enough of me. I might sign off now, and I'll talk to you next Thursday, around about the same time, I think. If anyone thinks the time's not right and you want to change time, let me know. I'm thinking of eventually maybe changing it to a Sunday show. If people like that idea, please let me know. Apparently there's comments below, and well, please feel free to comment. Love to hear from you. Until that, I see you again. Cheerio. Remember, Amos Sewn. It's news, just spelt differently. Night, folks. Done, I think.